what it is. Every revolution or every political movement or any kind of change, and having someone, okay, CIA, which is fucking for you to call me CIA when you know I'm not.
Everything was politicized. It was, oh, this is when we became the left versus the right. But both sides are trash. In COVID,
his own thing. So it seems to be that money's the issue, that like we're using money and that's how politics is being pushed. Because now we've seen what someone does when they use their own money and it doesn't seem to be a solution. So I feel like we take money out of politics, we'll have a much better political system.
Politician, you think they're gonna come out and tell me the truth? They was lying to my mama. They ain't gonna never tell us.
So everybody, we look at certain things just because, oh, this happens in the hood or we see this every day. All the way up. These people were speaking truth. King, we could talk X, we could talk it all. They were speaking truth.
What's going on in anyone's mind, but let's take it as a given that Gray's argument is true, that the argument to not have ID is that it would be discriminatory versus certain socioeconomic brackets or something. It's like
the world's greatest trial run of what people will do and what people won't do. And we are the only country on the planet that really fought against the government. A lot of it,
because you focus on 80-20 issues. I'm looking at the Epstein issue as we have 80% of the information we need to prosecute these people that actually did anything, but you're focusing on the 20% trying to take down Donald Trump, which you're never going to get. So I'm going to keep sitting here with a smug-ass face on every single day.
I'll explain. Good question. I'll give you the answer. The Republican Party constantly talks about transgenders and transgender surgery to minors.
I'm mostly on the left ideologically, but I don't associate with the Democrats because they're not ideologically on the left. The Democrats are clowns, and they're also losers.
About to be any engaging conversation. It's not about to be any discourse about different political ideologies, what works and what doesn't. If that is the outcome, right? For example, I'm not going to go and just put myself in the middle of a KKK rally.
Verify me. I'm not fucking fed. They always do this. I'll say this, right? But they did the same thing to Nick. We've seen the video. They'll call people who are genuine and authentic feds because
the interesting thing to me is that the ones that claim that they believe the Constitution are now trampling the Constitution. The ones that said they believed in the First Amendment, the freedom of speech, right, are now going against the freedom of
leadership perspective.
They don't have no plan. They don't ever talk about nothing positive about the Democrat Party. Everything is just anti-Trump. They're not willing to have a conversation. They call us fascists. We willing to have a conversation. Charlie Kirk's willing to have a conversation.
You fucking clown! Get out of here! Get that car! You can't follow you! I did a fucking hit!
Go!
Hey! You that put them into the traffic! We're okay!
What the fuck, people? What the fuck is wrong with you? Honestly.
Good morning and welcome to the new party. I'm Nora Christine and I'm the host of Weekend and Weekday Recap, bringing you the stories everyone's talking about and the ones they don't want you to hear. We're breaking down all the latest in politics, culture, and the moments that shape the headlines live at 6 a.m. every Monday and Friday morning. So grab your coffee, wake up your mind, and let's get into it, only here on the new party. Good morning. Welcome to the Weekend Weekday Recap featuring Nora Christine here on the new party. And today is our premiere show. Every Monday and Friday morning at 6 a.m., we will be recapping today's news, today's headlines, and the week's headlines. So everyone watching, please hit the like button. If you're first time watching us, please hit that subscription bell. This morning, I kicked it off playing a clip for you, what happened over the weekend, the death of Alex Pretti in an incident with ICE. And if you guys want full details regarding that, you can go back and watch our Saturday show. But what we're going to start by saying is a growing number of Republicans, are demanding answers after a deadly confrontation involving ICE agents in Minneapolis. Over the weekend in Minneapolis, a U.S. Border Patrol agent fatally shot a man, Alex Pretti, during a federal law enforcement investigation, And in doing so, both sides of the aisles are now calling for a deeper investigation into what happened. All right. So right now where we're at, initially Trump administration officials defended the actions of the federal agents and characterized the shooting as justified. But Republican responses have been far from uniform. On the right, some GOP members expressed concern about federal immigration tactics and emphasized the need for accountability. House Homeland Security Chairman Alex has called for an investigation and testimony from immigration agents. All right. So senators, including Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski, are also now asking for an investigation into the incident. Tom Tillis urged a full, transparent investigation into the fatal shooting. These Republicans say the situation raises questions about federal force and it demands answers about federal law enforcement's conduct. So, guys, this is a big thing that happened over this weekend. I do predict this is going to be a national outrage. Whether you agree with the ICE agents or support them or not. I just want to show you guys some clips that people around the country are definitely protesting this. So, we pray that the protests remain peaceful and we pray that they remain safe because we don't want another summer of love, right? So this is some protests around the country. This is right here in Dallas. This is protest there. Despite the freezing cold, despite the snow on the ground, people have come out to protest. Trump and members of his administration argue that the operation was necessary and that local officials should cooperate. Some GOP voices have pushed back. Cassidy described the incident as incredibly disturbing and warned that the credibility of federal agencies like ICE and DHS could be at stake. Tillis and others called for thorough and impartial investigations before conclusions are drawn. The response shows a rare moment of bipartisan unease. And with how the incident and the broader immigration enforcement tactics are being handled. Many people that I talk to around the country are saying, we support getting people out of here, right? But we have a problem with how this was handled, Also, in Minneapolis, they're saying very clearly they want ICE out. Trump says now he's looking into considering getting ICE out. I'm going to play this clip. This was someone that was a neighbor to Alex Pretti, the man that was unalived. Let's watch what he has to say.
His dog by my house, but the Alex that I want the world to remember was out on the streets yesterday with 50,000 people on general strike in a mass nonviolent protest. He was an ICU nurse. He was a worker like myself. He was part of the fabric of my community, along with immigrants and many other people who represent our neighborhood. And the people destroying our neighborhood are these ICE agents who are running around out of control, who have done nothing to make my life safer, done nothing to make my life better. This is not about crime and it's not about fraud.
Greg Bravino, one of the commanders with ICE, made these statements about Alex after he was killed by ICE agents, saying that he came here to massacre law enforcement agents. Does that match the person that you know, the neighbor that came over to your home when you had a housewarming?
This is the same Greg Bovino who's overseeing the massacre of my neighbors, who drove around my neighborhood throwing tear gas with a motorcade and then ran for cover when people nonviolently disrupted him. Well, everything they say about my neighbors is a lie. These are ordinary people who are trying to keep their neighborhood together and to stay whole. And that's why I think the next step is to have a mass nonviolent march. We need another general strike to shut down the flow of profits to Trump and his billionaire allies, because that's what it's going to take to win.
When you talk about Alex, there is a whole apparatus here, right, where people text.
I think what's not being talked about, guys, is Democrat lawmakers in the state of Minnesota are calling for this, unfortunately. They are telling their people to go out in the street, to be a voice against ICE, to also be aggressive to ICE. So again, I'm asking, if you're upset, you're saddened by this, please stay out of the way. Please don't, get in the way of ICE. This is not the way to do this. This is really just not the way to do this. Okay. Also, more images are coming out from Minnesota, more riots, more looting, that sort of thing. I'm going to share the screen on that. Guys, if you're watching, do me a favor and hit the like button and support the channel. Here we go. In the images that you're seeing, these are National Guards showing up. National Guards are coming into Minneapolis. So finally, after this latest incident, Tim Walz has now called for them to come in, which is a great thing. I mean, I think that we do need the military to be supporting the ICE agents. Hopefully with this being done, we won't see any further escalations and unalivements. In addition to the National Guard coming in, there have been National Guards that are seen giving out, chocolate, hot chocolate to their fellow citizens. Let me
guys give it out?
Hot chocolate.
And you're with the Minnesota National Guard?
Yeah, we are. Yes, we are.
Why was this important for you guys to do today?
It's a demonstration of safety and security. We're here to help.
Awesome. Thank you.
I don't know if that's their choice or if Tim Walz is telling them to do that. But it definitely is not going to be a deterrent to get people out of the streets, unfortunately. In addition to the National Guard finally now showing up, the NRA is also speaking out, guys. Today, the gun rights advocates, including the NRA Association and several others, weighed in on the controversial fatal shooting in Minneapolis involving a U.S. Border Patrol agent and the death of a legally armed civilian, Alex Pretti. Their response has caught national attention amid ongoing protests and national and political division. The shooting occurred during a federal immigration enforcement action in Minneapolis, where a 37-year-old Alex Pretti, also an ICU nurse for the Veterans Affairs, was killed by a Border Patrol agent. Federal authorities say Pretti resisted and had a firearm. However, video going online, as you guys can see, is raising questions because in the video, he was seen holding a cell phone. When the firearm was known and brandished is unclear, but now a top federal prosecutor appointed under the Trump administration posted on social media that a person approaches law enforcement with a gun, there's a high likelihood officers will be legally justified in shooting them. Let's play this. So yeah, guys, as you can see, there is definitely chaos going on in Minneapolis. Okay, right now there are riots, there are protests. That was them taking over a hotel. So now organizations like the NRA are speaking out. They call the prosecutor's comments dangerous and wrong, arguing that responsible public voices should wait for a full investigation before demonizing law-abiding citizens. The NRA emphasized that law-abiding gunners should not be broadly pointed as threats, especially when there is no clear evidence that Pretti actually pointed the weapon at federal agents during the encounter. This marks a significant moment because the NRA traditionally aligns with law enforcement support, took the unusual step of distancing itself from government officials' comments that could be interpreted as justifying lethal force against armed civilians in uncertain confrontation. All right, analysts are saying that the statement reflects broader concerns within parts of the gun rights community about federal law enforcement overreach and reinforces calls for a thorough and impartial investigation into the Minneapolis shooting, guys. So as the investigation continues and protests across the country unfolds, reactions show organizations like the NRA just how deeply this incident has reverberated across political and cultural lines, guys. Not only are people locally protesting, the NRA is coming out and saying, hey, we need to look into this. It appears this guy may have legally had this gun. Doesn't appear he approached law enforcement with it, but still, it's very developing. But what we do know for sure is that the lawlessness continues in Minnesota with no end in sight. Last night, a group of protesters took over a hotel. Let's watch.
You weak bitch! You weak bitch! Let through! Let through! Let through! Let through! Let through! Let through! Bitch! Go get in the car! Fuck you! Yeah. Oh yeah! Back up! Oh, back up! Back up!
So yeah, guys, as you can see, they have taken over a hotel. This was just from this weekend alone. Okay, there was another hotel. So this is what these protesters are doing. They're going and they're finding where the ICE agents are staying, and they're calling themselves raiding the hotels, taking them over. I don't see the purpose of this, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. First of all, you go and you attack this one group of ICE agents. All they're going to do is ship another group of ICE agents in. If you want real change, you should be going to your lawmakers in Minneapolis and holding them accountable. You should also be doing peaceful things. I don't support this in any way, shape, or form. I don't blame these people in getting upset on the other side, on the right side, saying that this is lawlessness, this is ridiculous. You are not stopping anything by doing this. Let's just be clear. All you're doing is being criminals. I think it's very disappointing that more arrests have not been made. And again, this brings in to the criticism of Pam Bondi and her role in all of this. Why are there not more arrests? People also started a petition this weekend to fire Kristi Noem. So yeah, people around the country are questioning this latest shooting. This is a little different than the other one, just because it's very unclear where was the gun that he had, what happened. New Orleans was protesting this weekend. I want to show you guys some of the clips of the protests. Guys, make sure you hit the like button. Thank you for supporting the show. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe. I'm going to mute it, guys, so we don't hear the protest. But this is New Orleans. This is a protest. And this is peaceful, right? I'm hoping that this is all they remain as peaceful. I'm praying that they don't ship these protesters out to do violent ones in Minneapolis. This is Utah. This is protests we're seeing in Utah. So it is definitely all around the country that we are. Thank you, Orange Man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Guys, hit the like button. Thank you so much. But again, we have peaceful ways to do things. This is not how America is supposed to be, guys. We should not be having lawless protests. That's not the American way, okay? I think if people go in peacefully, we wouldn't continue to see these unalivements, right? If you're there peacefully, you're not interrupting proceedings. That's the way it's done in America. And if not, then we're not going to get anything done, unfortunately. Okay. This is what an interview with this is what we're hearing. They're questioning it. Let me play this clip from CNN and what they had to say.
With more on the backlash after the fatal shooting of Alex Pretti by immigration agents in Minneapolis, as videos are contradicting the account that is coming from the federal government tonight. There's mourners that are paying respects to the ICU nurse on the ground in Minneapolis, as there's growing criticism coming from inside the Department of Homeland Security, where multiple DHS officials tell my colleague, CNN's Priscilla Alvarez, they're furious with how the agency and Secretary Kristi Noem is handling the shooting. Some of those sentiments have been fueled by what we heard from Secretary Noem earlier in a swift defense of the federal officers involved and also her claims about Pretti himself. Priscilla joins me now. And Priscilla, what are you hearing exactly from these officials? What did they make of what they're hearing from Secretary Noem?
Well, Caitlin, as they've had more time to absorb the videos that have been circulating on social media and that the American public has also been looking at and dissecting, they have grown more frustrated and more concerned, not only about the shooting incident, but also the public response by the Department of Homeland Security. These are officials.
All right, I've heard enough of her, but pretty much they claim that DHS officials are questioning this. Why have we not heard from any of them? If they are, I don't know, but I will say that, like I said, I gave you the list of the usual suspects on the right that kind of always go against what Trump says, that they're also questioning this. I also want to show you this protest that was in Chicago in the freezing cold. They turned out, God bless them. That's too damn cold for me, but here we go. This was Chicago, guys. So yeah, protests, like I said, all around the country. But you know, guys, again, we'll see what happens. This was an interview this weekend. I'm not going to try to show you guys too many news clips when we do these morning recaps, but I just want to show you big names and what they're saying. This is Kash Patel on Fox News. Let's hear what he had to say this weekend.
But how was he threatening Border Patrol? You've collected the evidence, you said, right? You have the handgun in your possession?
That's right.
And how was he using that handgun in terms of threatening Border Patrol? What was the threat? He had his camera, right? He was filming it.
That's something that I let the DHS and the prosecutors, because they are the ones investigating that case. I don't want to stylize that evidence, but I trust the men and women on the ground who are trained professionals to only use it when it's absolutely necessary. And I trust Secretary Noem's leadership.
So yeah, that's FBI. They're saying that there's an investigation, but he's reliant on what Kristi Noem is saying and reliant on their investigations. I just pray that these protests stop. I just pray that everyone stays home. Get out the way. Just stay home, guys. Just stay home. I mean, honestly, at this point, it's not going to do anyone justice, anyone good by getting in the way of an ICE agent, okay? And just comply. Don't fight back. At this point, this is where we're at. But in other news, the grand finale story of this morning, if you're watching, please, guys, hit that notification bell so you can know when we go live. As I stated, for those of you just now turning in, this is a new series we're going to have called the Weekend Weekday Recap. Every Monday and Friday morning at 6 a.m. I will be going live, giving you a weekend or weekday recap of this week's stories. Final story from the weekend was Winter Storm. God bless you guys, man. I saw some images of ice and snow. So I got a few clips to play. But leading up, an historic winter storm is paralyzing, I would say, like over half of the United States, bringing snow, ice, frigid temperatures, and widespread power outages, affecting millions from the south to the northeast. Massive storm dumping sleets, freezing rain, and heavy snow across a nearly 2,000-mile swath of the country. Interestingly enough, us here in Florida, we did not get affected by it. So, oh man, I don't know how you guys are going through it, but I think our cold is coming tomorrow, but nowhere near the cold you guys are seeing. In this clip right here, this man, it's a kind of a funny clip. He doesn't know how to use, I guess, the ice prevention spray. I'm going to play it. This is what you don't do. Your side tip, you're supposed to spray the spray before it snows. Here we go.
Woke up just 2 hours ago, and as you can see, our vehicle is just caked with ice. And take a look at this. This all happened this morning. Now, I'm going to show you what you could do if you happen to have the right equipment to help de-ice your vehicle. This is it's a ice fire spray. I've never used this. We're going to try it out. According to the directions, all you have to do is spray. Here we go. And you apparently wait 15 seconds. So we're going to wait 15 seconds. Apparently, I can already hear it starting to work right now. Area crack. And then afterwards, what you're supposed to do is simply just scrape it off. Well, clearly, I need a little bit more time. And clearly, you're supposed to move the windshield wipers up. My photographer is from the south.
Blaming it on the photographer.
So yeah, guys, as you can see, that was just a little laugh to tell you for those of you up north. He doesn't clearly know what's going on. I wouldn't know what to do. We had ice on our cars the other day, and honestly, I did not know what to do. So I don't blame him for not knowing what to do. I honestly wouldn't know what to
really
do.
feel.
Oxford, Mississippi, guys. This is 1 to 2 inches of ice. So this was from across, they're saying, from New Mexico and Texas up through New England. Communities were hit with snow and ice. The National Weather Service warned that hazardous conditions could continue as ice and cold persist. Guys, please be safe if you're hitting the roads this morning. Please be safe on the roads. The ice is still there. It's very thick. Tree limbs and power lines, that's the other thing you should be careful for. The tree limbs down on the roads snapped under the weight of heavy ice, leaving hundreds of thousands to over 1 million subscribers without electricity, especially in the South. I'm assuming the reason why so many in the South are without electricity is because their infrastructure is just not used to, that cold. These are cars. I'm going to play this clip. This is in Dallas. Cars just sliding out of control. Let's see. Actually, let me show you this picture. This is out of Oxford, Mississippi again. This is like just devastating, guys. Please be careful. This is I guess the wind snapped the trees and all of it's all over the world. They say Tennessee, Mississippi, Louisiana, and other southern states reported major outages, again, taking the hardest hits. Officials stressed that dangerous ice accumulation could continue to strain infrastructure even after the storm moves on. So guys, just be safe. It doesn't matter if you're in those areas. Definitely, we're getting some crazy images coming out. This was in, where is this? This is Philadelphia. So we're definitely seeing lots of snow accumulation. They're saying that we're expected to see ice can build up to 1 inch or more during the storm. Guys, are these storms normal? I don't live up north, so I can't say if they are or they aren't. But, they're saying 213 million people were under some sort of severe warning. I'm guessing you guys will have snow days. So for those kids, the kids get a nice free day off to, just relax at home. Stay out of the cold. Don't get caught in the snow. Be safe. We're hearing that there are power outages, again, across the South. So definitely people have been affected. Air and ground travel has heavily been disrupted. Tens of thousands of flights have been canceled, delayed nationwide. Snow-covered roads and slick highways. Definitely major conditions. So be safe again. This was record, guys. This was a record weekend of snow, record weekend of power outages for the snow. I'm also hearing several people have also died, so please be safe and stay inside during this. We definitely want you guys to be safe. But again, this was the introductory show. We're going to do about 30 minutes to 1 hour every morning here on the New Party, every Monday and Friday morning. If you guys have any topics you guys ever want me to cover for the morning show, please go ahead and send us a message. You can follow us on different ways of connecting. You can send us a message here. You can send us a message on X. You can follow us on X at New Party, at the New Party 2025. So definitely you want to check us out and give us a follow. Make sure you send us messages. If you're watching on X for the first time, you can follow us on YouTube at the New Party. So definitely check us out. Make sure you send us a message so we can cover what you would like to hear more of. We will be back tonight, guys, at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on our Man Cave show, okay? We will be discussing more in greater detail regarding the ICE incident. Gray will be showing more angles than I showed. I didn't really want to get into heavy covering it because I know we are going to have more angles in discussion tonight. We do a panel show, guys, every Monday through Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we have all viewpoints from the left to the right. So you can come back tonight and hear everyone's opinion and learn something, right? You're not going to learn if you're in an echo chamber or a bubble, but you will learn if you you listen to people on different sides, because you might learn something you didn't know. You might see a new perspective and something to consider, right? But again, I will be back, guys. I will be back on Friday. I have lots more stories. It was really a slow news weekend other than these two stories. So hopefully by the time I come back to you Friday, I will have happier and better news. It was kind of a somber weekend, right? Guys, please stay home. Stay out the way of the ICE agents. Don't get involved. I understand some people here are very heartbroken by what's going on, and I will respect that and understand that, but stay home. But I'm also saddened for the ICE agents. I wish that we would clean up a lot of things going on for their safety. So again, you can still support ICE, but just stay out the way. Don't be counter-protesting. Don't be protesting. And let's just continue to stay strong, guys. And that, thank you for watching. Have a good morning, and God bless America.
Family, we want to take a moment and speak directly to you. What we're building here with the New Party is more than just content. It's more than commentary. It's a community, a space for independent voices, honest conversations, and people who are tired of being talked at instead of talked with. Right now, we're raising funds for something very special. Our New Party Castrith. An in-real-life content experience coming April 2026. This trip allows us to bring the team together in person. Many of us who have only worked virtually to create real, high-quality, independent media. Media that isn't funded by corporations. Media that isn't controlled by political parties. Media that answers only to the people. Our goal is $5,000, and every dollar goes directly toward hotel accommodations for the team, food and travel necessities, studio and production space, so we can bring you even better content. Your donation isn't just helping us travel, it's helping us continue. It's helping us stay independent. It's helping us grow. And it's helping us build something that lasts. Right. By the end of this year, our dream is to host a watch party, bringing the team together and opening the doors to the public. Donations like this make that possible. They help turn an online movement into a real-world community. We truly look forward to meeting all of you one day. But for now, we're incredibly excited to finally meet each other, to strengthen this team, too, and to bring you even more meaningful, powerful content. If you believe in independent media, if you believe in community over corporations, If you believe voices like ours deserve a seat at the table, please consider donating to our GoFundMe, becoming a member, or supporting us by buying merch. No contribution is too small. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you for believing in us, for rocking with us, and for helping the new party continue to grow. We couldn't do this without you.